The gospel text of today is taken from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 11, verses 5 to 13, and may be seen to be divided into three parts. The first part speaks about perseverance by giving the example of an individual who goes to a friend's home at midnight. And the reason why this individual goes to that friend's home is because he has a visitor and he needs to provide for the visitor, and he doesn't have anything in his home that he can offer the visitor. And so he goes to his friend and asks him for loaves of bread. The friend has gone to sleep. The family is asleep. And so from inside, the friend answers that he cannot get up because it will disturb the whole household. And so he requests his friend to go away. This individual, however, perseveres and keeps on pleading and requesting until, because of the perseverance of this individual, the friend gets up and gives him what is required. In the situation in which we find ourselves today, we keep on asking for God to come to our aid. We are in a terrible situation. We are in a difficult situation. We are in a challenging situation, and we plead with God to rend open the heavens and come down and save us. And there seems to be no answer. And there is the possibility that we might give up, that we might not persevere and persist as the individual persevered and persisted with his friend and got what he required. The second point made can be summarized in the acronym ASK, ask. Jesus gives three exhortations in the same connection. Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be opened. So ask begins with the alphabet A, seek begins with the alphabet S, and knock begins with the alphabet K. And so this acronym, a very simple acronym to remember, keep asking. Ask, seek, knock. What does this mean? It means that we acknowledge that we are dependent on God. When we ask God for help, when we ask God for aid, we are acknowledging that we are weak, we are vulnerable, we are humans, and we need God's aid and God's help. And that is the meaning of asking. Seeking means that we will search for the truth. In today's context, we seek for ways in which we who are fortunate to have at least 1 or 2 square meals a day will reach out to those who do not have. And knocking means, once again, the perseverance and the persistence and the never giving up. In the third part of the text, Jesus gives the example of human beings and the human father or mother, when the child asks for something, will ensure that they try as much as they can to fulfill the needs of a child. So if the child asks for a fish, the mother and father will try their hardest to provide the fish and not give instead a snake. If the child asks for an egg, they will try to provide the egg and not give instead a scorpion. So very clearly, the human parents try to give to their children as much as they can, try to fulfill every need of their children, and in the best possible manner. If that is the case, then Jesus asks us, Look then at your Father in heaven. Look then at God and know how much God will give what is good in our present situation. It is not easy to find the good around us. People are dying. People are being infected. COVID has taken over the whole world. And almost every one of us is at our wits' end. And now, therefore, is the time that we turn to God. We realize that we are interdependent, that we depend on each other, but more importantly, we realize that we will keep depending on God. Will you then persevere? Will you then persist without giving up in your asking, in your seeking, and in your knocking? And will you know that God will only do and is only doing what is best for each one of us?